Hey everybody, it's Michelle and I want to take you on another ride with me. Okay, Friday I posted on my Facebook page that every Monday and Friday for a couple weeks I'm gonna do some of them urban legend stories that are like really creepy. Well, I was reading some over the weekend and I found two that I wanted to tell you about today. I'm not reading off of nothing or anything because I read these stories over and over. Two of them are called Bride and Seek. I'm wondering if some of you already know about this story. I don't know how popular or commonly known about this story is. Or the next one called The Small Woman in Gray. But Bride and Seek is a real creepy story to me. There's many different ways it's been told, but all in all, it's basically about the same exact storyline. Okay, right now I've got to go get some gas very badly, and I gotta go to the grocery store. And today I'm also gonna make my slime with the recipe that you use clear glue, water, liquid starch, holographic glitter, and that. Okay, first of all, let me race around the corner so I won't get hit. Ooh, there's a policeman. Okay, sorry, I had to put that down because it's real big on the dashboard and I did not want that cop seeing me with some big thing on my dashboard. Anyway, okay, so I'm on the way to get gas right now, and on the way there I want to tell you the story of Bride and Seek. Alright, so this story starts out, a young man and woman are going to get married, and they want to hold the wedding in the yard of a large farmhouse. Beautiful place, beautiful yard, beautiful house, very big house. And after they have the wedding ceremony, you know, they have the reception and everything. Well, most of the guests have been drinking and stuff like that, a little bit drunk, and someone says, let's play hide and seek. So all the adults and all the kids get involved playing the game, and the groom is it. Everybody's gonna hide and he's gonna find everybody. Okay, well, the bride decides that she wants to win the game, so she slips off and she goes and hides. Okay, a few hours goes by. Everybody's been found except for the bride. The husband's thinking, oh, well, you know, she's tired, it's taking a lot out of her, she's gone inside, she's resting. So everybody, says their goodbyes, they go on home. Okay, the husband and the bride's parents go in, they don't see her anywhere. They search. Day goes by, no bride. 2 days go by. 3 days go by, no bride. So finally, the husband and the bride's parents go to the police department and file a missing persons report. And the police search, the family searches, friends search. Nobody knows what happened to the bride. Nobody can find her. Nobody did find her. Years and years and years and years and years go by. Yes, years and years and years. And the bride's mother the bride's mother passes away. So a few days later after the funeral, the husband decides to go up into their family home at the farmhouse and go up into the attic and look through some of his wife's things and, go through some stuff after she's passed away. And he sees a lot of dusty old things. He sees a huge trunk, a very dusty old huge trunk, and he's thinking, okay, some of her clothes and things are in it, and he goes over to it and realizes that the latch on it is rusted over. He realizes it's locked and the lock is rusty. He goes over there, he finds something to open it with, and when he opens that lid to the trunk, he looks in and finds his decaying daughter's body. Come to find out, after they started playing the game of hide and seek many years before the wedding, she had evidently decided to run off, hide in the attic, found a trunk, thought, oh, well, that's a good place to hide. Nobody will ever find me. She got in, the lid fell down, crushed her skull, and latched shut. Now, which is very sad and creepy, some storylines are that the lid crushed her skull and she died instantly, and then another one is where the latch shut, it locked on her, and having that nobody knew where she was or knew where to find her, she was stuck in that trunk and suffocated and eventually died. That is sad and very creepy. And the first time I heard it, I thought, wow, and it sat on me. Something like that was so bad to me, it just sat on me. All right, well, I got another one for you, but right now I gotta pump some gas, so I'll be right back. Okay, I just got my gas, and I am now headed to Walmart, and I'm gonna get my stuff for my slime that I was telling you about, and I can't wait to make that. I've been wanting to make that forever. But the few places I've been, I've not seen any liquid starch. That stuff is hard to find. So I'm heading over to Walmart right now to try to find some. And after I post that on my my YouTube channel, I'm gonna put my recipe up on Facebook. So those of y'all who want to make it can. And it's just the coolest stuff I've ever seen. I got I watched Graveyard Girl's video on her slime making, and that was really cool. So y'all should really go look up Graveyard Girl, put in Graveyard Girl slime, and it'll come up. She's really cool. Her name is Bunny. All right, anyway, so the next story I want to tell you about is called The Small Woman in Gray. Okay, so years ago, of course they all start out years ago, there was this small general store in town, small town. These two men owned the store together, and they worked there together. And one day they were, doing their chores around the store, and in walks a small woman in gray. And she doesn't even look at them, doesn't even act as though she notices the two men, and they kind of watch her. And she goes over to the dairy section of the store and picks up a gallon of milk. She doesn't look at the clerks. She doesn't say anything. She walks out the door with milk in hand. And the men are like, do what? So they're like, okay. Well, they run out of the store trying to find her. She's nowhere to be found. The next day, the same woman in the same clothes comes back in and does the same exact thing. She walks over to the dairy aisle and she picks up a gallon of milk. She acts as though she don't even notice the men. She walks out. As soon as she walks out, the men run out the store. They don't see her. Nowhere to be found. And let me fix my camera's gonna fall. Crap. Okay, y'all, bear with me, please. Alright. So, the third day comes along. The same woman in the same clothes comes in, grabs a gallon of milk, and walks out the door. This time the men are ready for her. As soon as she starts to walk out, I don't know why they didn't say nothing to her, but as soon as she walks out, they go out the door. They chase down the road, and by the time they get to the end of the road, they spot her. Well, they try to make it up to her, and once they get there, she's gone. They don't see her anywhere. Okay? All of a sudden, they hear a baby crying. Don't know where it's coming from. They search and they search. Finally, they hear the direction that the cries are coming from. And they look over and see that it's coming from a cemetery. And I guess most of you are like, yeah, I've heard this, I've heard them all. And so anyway, they go over to the cemetery, and the baby's crying gets louder and louder the closer they get. And they realize it's coming from down in under the ground. So they're like, what in the world? They look at the headstone, and it is a display of a mother and child passed away, and they were buried there. So they keep hearing these cries coming from under the ground. They find some shovels, they dig up the grave, they dig up the casket, and when they open up the casket lid, there lays the body of the woman in gray, a child in her arms crying, and 3 gallons of milk. Supposedly they thought that the child was dead when they buried them. She was not dead, and the spirit of the baby's mother, kept it alive long enough for someone to find the baby in the grave. And she kept it alive by going and getting the baby some milk. Alright, creepy, yes. Anyway, I thought y'all might would enjoy those 2 stories. They are called Bride and Seek and The Small Woman in Gray. I got it from Creepypasta online, and I've got quite a few more. I think those aren't by far any of the really scary ones. Just kind of creepy, leaves you feeling eerie. But anyway, I'm going to go run get my stuff for my slime, and I will go home and I will